I can't believe it's that time again, but with how the game has changed, my previous Echo guides are outdated. And I've got to say, guys, her playstyle has slightly, but definitely changed from what my old guide said from the last time I made an Echo guide, man. Especially with perks coming into the game, there's a lot to say about Echo. For those of you who don't know, I guess, I mean, I've been playing Echo since really her release in 2020. I've probably got at least over 1,000 hours on this character for sure. She probably is my favorite character to play in Overwatch 2 in the flex DPS role. I think, did she come out when I was still playing Pro? I don't know if she came out when I was playing Pro or not. I think I just retired. I just focused on streaming. But yeah, man, I mean, look, Echo is really, really fun. So here's an updated Echo guide with perks to talk about Echo. Now, my previous guide talked a lot about an assassination playstyle for Echo. Post Season 9, I actually don't think the super aggressive assassination style of play is the best way to play Echo anymore. Obviously, if you see a chance to pounce on someone, you should do it. But I think playing a bit more pokey is a bit better, especially with perks. So let's break down the kit real quick here, okay? Let's start out with her primary fire. Tri-shot, 3 shots at once in a triangle pattern. You can see it there. I mean, it can do some pretty good damage up close. Like, it's very good for building the ult against certain tank characters and characters that can absorb your sticky bombs on your ability too. Generally speaking, you want to force their Matrix or DM out with these and then follow up with stickies. But we'll talk about the stickies next, okay? Her right click is sticky bombs. Fire a volley of sticky bombs that detonate after the delay. You can see them here. They go in a straight line. They do some pretty good splash damage. Like, that's only from the splash. So when you're aiming these, and I'm going to talk about this in a minute, it tends to be best to do it from height, like on this angle. So if I'm aiming at somebody here and I'm spraying the ground, say I miss a couple, they'll land at their feet and still detonate, right? But if I'm going right here and shooting it only horizontally, if I miss and like they're not on a wall right there, it can be like some of them can miss. So sometimes it's better to actually shoot them from about this angle. This is my favorite angle to shoot as Echo. It's like right around there because they land at their feet pretty well. So yeah. Next ability is her flight, okay? Very important thing for flight here, okay? I have hold for flight in the character settings. Let's see, select hero. Let's go to Echo. Where would this be? Where would this be? Would it be in hero and HUD? Where would this be? Allied health bars. Toggle glide off, okay? So you want toggle glide off here. Here's why, okay? As a default, that ability gets held here. And then you see this countdown, that's your timer for the flight. However, if it's hold for flight and you have to hold down the key to stay flying, which might feel uncomfortable at first, but it's really important. If you tap the shift key, you get a momentum boost and a big velocity boost that significantly helps your mobility, okay? You are hard nerfing yourself if you have hold for flight or toggle flight on toggle mode where it's toggleable and not held down, because you need that flight boost to elude hit scan and range damage. You get way more distance and it's way harder to like double tap it and get that velocity. So make sure you have that setting on. You can use this flight pre-fight to go up high in the air like so, and then drop down quietly and wait and save 1 or 2 seconds on that cooldown as well when you land. So by the time I land again, I have it back. Being able to cycle that constantly is super important when it comes to Echo. Now, arguably her most important ability for finishing kills is her focusing beam. Channel beam for a few seconds deals very high damage to targets under half health. So if you want to see the normal damage of this here, if I hold it down, the beam is a regular blue color, okay? Whenever the targets get under half HP, it turns purple, where the damage like basically doubles or triples. It is way more damage, right? So your goal and your loop is to shoot, 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 look to see if you land a bunch of stickies, and if you do, have your beam ready and be beaming them as your stickies explode. Because that's basically like a Junkrat-esque combo where if you full stick them and your beam is already on them, they almost get insta-popped, right? That's this entire character's gameplay loop, is you're looking for poke and sticky bomb combos to then have your beam on the target and just instantly explode them while you're in the air above them and then fly back out, okay? Now, let's talk about her ultimate, copy, okay? Duplicate. Become a copy of a targeted enemy hero. They cannot swap heroes for the duration, okay? I'll say this. Copy is the most flexible, hard to get value ult off in the game. In 5v5, it's always great to copy tanks. In 6v6, it's also pretty good. I find tanks and supports generally to be some of the better characters to copy in the game because those ults are very, very powerful. But depending on what perk you go with, which we're going to get to perks in a second, I actually like to copy DPS now if you are picking partial scan. I'll talk about what perks are better in a second. But basically, you just copy the target, and you become that character. And if you die and copy, you come out with your existing health. Your ult build rate in this form is like 5 or 6x. So, like, you build your ult much faster in this form than you do other forms, right? So, again, you're going to get the ult very, very quickly. So I'll have some examples and some gameplay after this talking about copy. Now, let's talk about Echo's perks. There's a lot of debate around whether or not Focused Rush is better or Partial Scan is better. Personally, I think in most situations, I think that Partial Scan is significantly better than Focused Rush. Now, there are situations where Focused Rush is good. Having that extra range and movement speed is good. But it's not damage, okay? It's not damage. With Partial Scan, the only downside to Duplicate is that it can be really hard to actually build the ult in time. But with Partial Scan, you almost always get the copied ult, and it allows you to copy DPS more consistently and rapid fire a DPS ult. So personally, I think Partial Scan is a lot better. I almost always pick Partial Scan. Now, as for the major perk, this is no contest. You have High Beams and Full Salvo. Full Salvo is significantly better than High Beams. High Beams is conditional. You oftentimes, if you're cycling your flight cooldown correctly with your beam, don't need the extra cooldown anyway. And Full Salvo equals damage. This means you can farm your ult way faster. And especially comboing that with Partial Scan, your copy not only will build faster, but it'll get much more value when you use it. I mean, look at how much damage these full stickies do now. I mean, they one-shot basically now if you full stick. So you want to pick the damage perk there. So those are all of Echo's kits. Let's talk about playstyle, okay? After Season 9 of Overwatch 2, all of my guys before then talked about how Echo was a super versatile assassin character where you want to be going super aggressive looking for kills. Post-Season 9, what they changed about Echo, if you don't know what the Season 9 changes were, that's when they increased everybody's health pools and made hitboxes bigger. But only some characters actually got damage to make up for the higher health pools, right? Echo was not one of those characters. All she got were wider projectiles. So now, to compensate for that, they gave her more movement, I believe, when she's like coming out of her flight. I think they gave her more strafing, but they also gave her shields as health, trying to make up for the damage that she's lost, which means that a more pokey Echo playstyle, rather than all-inning for kills, is probably a lot better. It definitely is better, a little bit slower of a playstyle. That's not to say you should not be looking for kills, but especially with Full Salvo being her major perk, you can build copy much faster, and with Partial Scan giving you 50% of your ult, your copy becomes much stronger when copying targets, kind of shifting her win condition in the game away from quick assassinations in the neutral, a little bit more into sustain on crazy angles, angle pressure from range, and getting big value copies to win fights because you're going to get your copy ult much faster. So I talk about my Assassin Echo playstyle, and I've talked about the Goldilocks zone before. On Echo, there is a Goldilocks zone where you're not too far away from people, but you're not too close either. Generally speaking, how her gameplay loop is going to work is you're going to want to fly to an off angle up top, okay? I usually like to be about here. And you're looking for sticky bombs, right? I'm looking to full stick somebody on that angle, ideally where they can't see me coming. You need to abuse verticality on Echo. This character's flight is her strongest ability that makes her unique, and you need to make sure you're actually in the air. But as I'm looking for these stickies, I'm close enough to where if I land enough, I can drop in quickly and beam on the way out, right? And as I'm landing, my flight is coming back already. See how by the time I landed, my flight is only on a 2-second cooldown, so I can fly right back out and cycle. So I'm not far enough away to where my beam can't get in range to blow someone up, but I'm not too close to where I'm point blank and can't get out. So if you want to look at this, let's kill this guy. I want him at full health. if somebody's walking up down this lane right here, and they're walking up looking for a kill, I can fly up, look for stickies. Oh, I landed them. I drop in, look for the beam, and now I'm dropping back out. And by the time I land, my glide is already on a 3-second cooldown instead of a 6-second cooldown. So I can fly back away. You pretty much want to play every corner. Ideally, corners are the best for you because you have a safe cover to commit around. Like, I'm looking for that where he wouldn't see me. Okay, they're looking for me. I don't get anything. I'm out. And now I'm out safely. And I'm just cycling that over and over and over again, really. You can also look to go for deep flanks as Echo. So if there's a circular map where you can play back angles and play rooftops, if your team is pushing from there,
Enemy in sight.
you can play this back angle. And look at how I'm looking at the stickies. Like, I'm aiming low, right? I'm aiming low, trying to stick them. Ideally, I'm a bit higher up so that, like, again, if I hit them here, now I can drop in, back off, and I'm out. It's kind of cycling those kinds of things instead of all-inning that makes Echo really, really good. Then when I get my copy, I can play uber aggressive and look for a big copy kill. Right, so like I'm diving in, looking for the copy. Look at my full salvo. Just like one clip, not full salvo, the partial scan. I almost already have a bomb. Look at how fast like my first bomb comes up. You don't get it for every ult, but getting that first ult is just so, so important. I missed that pulse. Wow. Okay. But yeah, all right. I'm going to take Echo in game now and really like illustrate this play style so that you guys can get a better understanding of it. But what's changed the most about Echo is definitely the fact that she plays a lot slower now because they gave her the shield, and you can really abuse the shield and the regen passive on corners in a more of a pokey play style rather than an all-in, I'm all-in aggressing you like it used to be. So let's take it into a game and I'll show you. But probably the most important thing about Echo here, okay? If you are going to play Echo, you have to permanently ban Jetpack Cat. If you let Jetpack Cat get into a single one of your games, just one, you are throwing the game at the load screen. That character hard counters Echo. There's absolutely nothing that you can do against Jetpack Cat. You have to ban him, priority number one, every single game. He will fly right up to you and insta-kill you, and there's just about next to nothing you can do about that. He also hard checks your space and map control, because if you're flying at an angle, like, he can contest you better than any hit scan. He's like a diva with infinite flight and better damage than you when he's chasing you because his hitbox is so small, right? And yours is so big. So, in quick play at least, you know, you're going to have a hard time getting to practice Echo. It honestly is better you practice in combat if there's a cat. Let's hope that there's not a cat on their team. It's Hanzo, Genji, Doom, so it's probably unlikely with Mercy that they'd have a cat. They do not have cat. Good. Game playable. Okay, nice. So I see their comp now. I scout their comp. I'm wrapping to the Goldilocks zone, and I'm just going to find the Mercy immediately. She's one shot. I'm just going to keep baiting this Genji. They all want to shoot me instead of my team. Look at how much map control I'm getting my team here. Wow, he got owned. I'm gonna wrap behind. Okay. Alright, cool. Looking for Ana. We're gonna get some stickies on her, and then I'm gonna fly away from this Hanzo. I don't need to ego chow that without my stickies, but now I'm gonna go above him where he's not gonna see me coming. We're looking for full stickies. We're gonna miss them there, sadly. But see how I'm above this Ana, right? Oh, I need to warm up. Oh my goodness. I'm just short. Wow, we're actually not gonna kill these guys. What are we? Okay, I guess that's my bad. I should have killed them there. But you guys can see the angles that we're looking at. Hold on. I look for stickies. If I don't like what I see, I just leave, right? And then I'm wrapping around for my next CD. But I probably can wrap back around this way. And maybe look for this Ana. She's going to drop. No nade. Whoa, did she just TP? I think she did. But I look for that beam combo. Now I land on height. She's going to have to res. And now I'm wrapping back around. See how my flight is already back to get out again? She's going to go up the stairs. Yep. Full stickies on the stairs. Big cleanup. We're going to kill Mercy. I did not need a copy there, but... yeah, I did not need a copy there. I'm used to 6v6 where those fights would keep going. But better safe than sorry. So again, like, I'm looking for stickies on these angles. Like, we get forward spawn on BAP now, but look at me play height. Look at me abuse high ground here. And now I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to wrap around again in the back. And I'm letting my flight cooldown come back before this so I can fly back out. I'm quiet here. And then full stickies on BAP. He's going to use the CDs, and now I'm back out again. And now I'm waiting. I'm letting my flight reset. He comes back this way, chases me. You're going to gonna have the drone here, and now I'm out. Oh, I hit my head. I hit my head on the fucking tiller. Ah, that'd have been so clean if the BAP doesn't overchase. But what do I get for the BAP overchasing, right? Just by being there, we win the fight. Because their BAP is completely out of that fight. He's gone. And that's just all the right angle pressure from me. So where even if I don't kill the BAP when I troll and I hit my head on that ceiling, right, like a bot, ideally I roof stall for 1 more second so I can fly back over the roof. My team wins that fight because I'm pulling their BAP back and forcing the back angle. Looking for sickies on the Bastion. Look at this. We've already won this fight. Like, we're chilling. Now I'm kiting out, shooting Doom in the back to my brig. Fortunately, my Ana is staggering, or my Mizuki is staggering. But again, like, look at this lead that we've just established here. All right, we're looking for that. And again, I'm in the Goldilocks zone. I have my flight on cooldown, so I have the option to fly in. Oh my god.
Adaptive circuits engaged. Doom this. Thank you for the assistance.
Oh, come here, sweetheart. Got her. But look at that. Again, like, I'm setting up my copy. I always have the option to go deeper or back off. So I'm just pressuring. I'm using my flight and stickies to rotate. I'm blind peeking this corner. When I get my stickies, I'm insta-shooting to try to catch somebody off guard. I hit half my stickies on the BAP because of that. He's really looking for me here. I'm going to back off a bit and go for a deep ring. Because this BAP wants to chase me. If he does, I set him up in a lose-lose. Where he chases me, he's out of the fight. Look at this. He's never going to kill me, and now their Doom is dead because the BAP's looking at me. I'm baiting him, right? Like, he's doing nothing there. He's literally doing nothing there. And now I'm going to wrap around the right side instead and force this flank angle where he doesn't see me coming. I should get out here. He might chase. We got to hide here, regen. Abuse that shield. And now we're back around, just living. And look at that, guys. Poking him out next. I've got my big sticky perk now. Full stick that guy. I'm building my ult. And look at this. I'm just constantly using my flight to pop up on an angle and look for stickies. Like right here. Boom. Now I'm hiding, just waiting. That's like 10% copy each time I do that. I'm going to look again in 1 second. Look at those stickies. I might kill the BAP. He's so low there. Now I've got my copy to fight this, and I'll tell you what.
Adaptive circuits engaged. Genji.
Doom's dead? I don't think he chases me. I'm just out. Force them all off, stall cart, wrap back around, grab mini, and I'm going to come from an angle they don't see me coming. And that's half stickies on the BAP there because of that. Look at this guy. Mercy's gone. He's got to leave. Little stickies there. Now I'm back around. I want to get healed up top, right? Yeah, okay. He doesn't hear me coming. I'm going to help my Mizuki now, Genji. We'll stick Doom. But look at these angles. I'm constantly working this shit, right? I look for the target that's out of position. Oh, my season 9. And that's what I mean, guys, about Echo, right? Like, her time to kill is just way worse than it used to be. And so, like, you have to play accordingly. If that was, like, before the health pool changes, I could have killed that Bastion and all and egoed. But notice how I'm playing so much more reserved on these corners and wrapping and abusing my sticky perk. I'm just abusing my sticky perk to get to my better copy now compared to all-inning, because that's what's going to happen if you try to all-in. What am I looking at here? Just waiting. I don't have a tank. This is bad. I need to leave.
Enemy tagged. 30 seconds remaining.
My team is fighting for some reason. Yeah, they're down there tank. Now let's see if I can't blindside at angle. I'm close to copy. This is when I can get aggressive.
Adaptive circuits engaged.
Through you window, my boy. She might have just died off the map. And that's the perfect, I guess not the perfect Echo game, but like you guys see, the play style is very different now. It's much slower. It's much more oriented around poking out with stickies and building copy and then aggressing with copy. It's nowhere near as aggressive as it used to be. It's far more passive. So yeah, make sure you're abusing that more passive style of Echo. Play the angles and the neutrals with those angles and stickies a lot more. Build that copy, and I cannot stress this enough. Ban Jetpack Cat every game. If Jetpack Cat is on the map, you almost can never play Echo. He checks her way too, or she checks her way too well. Hard counter. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I hope this helps. Talk to y'all later. Peace out.